Imagine for a moment that the world around you is not quite what it seems. Everything you see, feel, all this reality that you think exists outside your mind, is it really real? Or could the world you know be your own creation? Not just the result of your own hands or your consciousness, but something deeper, an expression of your deepest beliefs. Today, we will understand how the deepest beliefs within your being actually shape the reality in which you live. From birth, we have been taught to see the world as a solid, unchanging reality, as something external and separate from us. But what if this separation is just an illusion? What if what you call reality is merely a reflection of what you carry within you? A mirror of your beliefs? What if reality is not something fixed, but something fluid, malleable, shaped by your thoughts, expectations, and above all, beliefs? Even science, that tool of the mind, has begun to question this established view of reality. Stay tuned to learn more about this fascinating study. Quantum physics, like an intrepid explorer of uncharted territories, has revealed to us an amazing fact. The very act of observation has an effect on the object being observed. The most striking evidence of this is the famous two-slit experiment, which, by its apparent simplicity, overturned the established ideas about the universe. This experiment, first conducted in the early 50th century, consisted in the following. A stream of electrons was directed to the barrier with two slits, and then fixed the image formed on the screen behind the barrier. In the absence of an observer, the electrons exhibited wave properties, creating an interference pattern as if they were simultaneously passing through both slits. However, when the scientists began to observe the process, the behavior of the electrons changed dramatically. They behaved as separate particles, passing only through one of the slits, as if aware that they were being observed. This phenomenon demonstrates that reality is not something fixed and unchanging. It does not exist in a particular form until the act of observation takes place. It is observation, conscious attention, that transforms potentiality into concrete reality. This truly extraordinary discovery forces us to rethink the fundamental principles of the universe and the role of the observer in shaping reality. How does this become possible? And what does this discovery bring to our conceptualization of the universe? It all boils down to the fact that reality, which we used to consider objective, is actually shaped by consciousness. The world around us does not exist in isolation from us. Its existence is inextricably linked to our perception, our attention, and our point of view. Similarly, our underlying beliefs have a formative influence on everything we experience in life. These beliefs act like invisible lenses, sifting and transforming our every perception, every emotion, and every decision. What we believe about the world, about other people, and about ourselves ultimately determines our reality. We are not mere bystanders contemplating the world. We actively participate in its creation. Reality is not a separate entity, but a continuous interaction between our inner world and what appears before our eyes. Each of us is a creator, even if we do not fully realize it. Like an observer in a quantum experiment, we turn countless possibilities into concrete reality. And here comes the key question. What are our beliefs? What do we truly believe? How does the incomprehensible image of God appear? Is it as an isolated figure seated on a heavenly throne, unreachable and distant? Or is he perceived as something greater, present in every aspect of being? What is the attitude toward money? Does one see the inevitability of exhausting labor to provide for oneself? Or is there confidence in the natural influx of material goods in life? Does it seem that making friends is an impossible task, that there is no reason for the love of others? Or on the contrary, do you believe in the abundance of opportunities, in the ease with which new people, places, and impressions appear in your life? The answers to these questions shape the very reality in which one exists. Just as an observer influences the outcome of a two-slit experiment in quantum physics, a person's consciousness shapes the experience of the world. For what one truly believes becomes one's personal truth. The universe, like a mirror, reflects consciousness, responding to its vibrations. This is confirmed by scientific discoveries in the field of physics, and it was also known to the ancient sages. The observer, in essence, creates the observed. This raises a key question. What exactly does a person create at a given moment with his or her life? Beliefs are formed under the influence of many factors: upbringing in the family, the norms of society, personal experience accumulated over the years, and even the collective unconscious that binds all people together. All these elements influence the formation of the world picture and, as a consequence, the formation of life experience. From a very young age, like a sponge, we absorb ideas about the limits of the possible, about our essence, and about what the world expects from us. These ideas, like seeds, germinate in the depths of our consciousness, imperceptibly guiding our decisions and actions. Beliefs are not just fleeting thoughts, they are powerful filters through which we perceive reality. They form the foundation of our personality and define the limits of our capabilities. For example, if a person is convinced that healing by touch or energy is impossible, this ability will never manifest in his life. If he believes that most people are unkind and seek to do harm, the world will appear to him in this dark light. Similar to the famous two-slit experiment in quantum physics, where the observer's attention transforms quantum probabilities into concrete reality, our beliefs transform the limitless field of life's possibilities into specific, tangible events. In other words, what we genuinely believe becomes part of our experience. What we believe to be true manifests itself in our lives. It is not without reason that Albert Ellis, the founder of rational emotional therapy, wisely observed, "It is not the events themselves that bother us, but rather how we interpret them." In other words, the events unfolding in a person's life do not affect them as much as their own interpretation of those events. If an individual is convinced that the world around him is malevolent, he will tend to see challenges and obstacles at every turn. However, if he holds to a belief in the abundance and benevolence of the universe, opportunities will miraculously arise where previously only limitations were seen. As Henry Ford once famously observed, "Whether you believe in your own strength or doubt it, you will be right in both cases." When we talk about beliefs, we often mean subjective perceptions shaped by personal and cultural experiences. But what does science say about this? Is there a scientific basis that can explain how our beliefs shape the reality around us? The answer is in the affirmative. Psychology, neuroscience, and quantum physics have conducted studies demonstrating how beliefs influence not only a person's emotional state and behavior, but also the reality they perceive. The results of these studies are truly fascinating and in many ways surprising to those new to these fields of study, although ancient traditions have been aware of this for thousands of years. Modern neuroscience is revealing the fascinating truth about how our deepest beliefs are literally woven into the fabric of our brains. Each belief, like a skillful architect, shapes unique patterns of neural activity, leaving an indelible mark on our nervous system. When we hold a particular viewpoint, complex networks of synaptic connections emerge in our brains. Just as rivers wind their way through the landscape, our thoughts, through repetition, deepen these connections, making them more stable and influential. In essence, our beliefs become the sculptors that shape the very structure of our brains, determining how we perceive and respond to the world. In his groundbreaking work, How God Changes Your Brain, neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Newberg convincingly demonstrates that beliefs, especially those associated with spirituality and religion, have a tangible impact on brain function. Using advanced neuroimaging techniques, he shows how belief can activate specific areas of the brain, leading to changes in mood, behavior, and even physical health. By maintaining positive beliefs, we open the door to transforming not only our emotions, but also our physical well-being. Brain chemistry undergoes changes, affecting the production of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, which play a key role in feelings of happiness and well-being. A prime example of the power of beliefs is the placebo effect. Numerous studies have shown that patients who genuinely believe they are taking an effective medication often experience an improvement in their condition even when they are given a placebo, a pill that contains no active ingredients. This phenomenon provides compelling evidence that the mind has an incredible ability to induce physiological changes based solely on the power of belief. Effective mindfulness techniques and meditative practices serve as a clear illustration of the human ability to reframe established beliefs. Scientific studies convincingly demonstrate that regular use of these techniques can produce measurable changes in brain architecture, particularly by increasing the concentration of gray matter in areas responsible for self-regulation, empathy, and the subtle perception of emotion. Thus, modern scientific evidence confirms the ancient wisdom of mystics and the enlightened, which states that the transformation of consciousness entails the transformation of the brain and, as a consequence, of the reality around us. In this regard, the hypothesis of theoretical physicist David Bohm, who viewed reality as an inseparable unity, where the line between the observer and the observed is erased, appearing as nothing more than an illusion, is interesting. What significance does this have for each of us? First of all, it means that our beliefs are not limited to the realm of the personal, but have an impact on a universal level. They not only shape individual experience, but also actively influence the world around us. This profound interconnectedness leads us to realize that by working to change our own beliefs, we are thereby contributing to the shaping of collective reality. Just as complex systems theory states, even minor adjustments in interwoven structures can initiate large-scale transformations. Scientific research irrefutably proves that our beliefs are not just a personal matter. They have a profound impact on our lives, those around us, and even society as a whole. Physicist and philosopher Fritjof Capra, in his work The Web of Life, puts forward a compelling theory that reality is a complex web of interconnected relationships, where each of our beliefs and actions are woven into the fabric, directly influencing it. If beliefs have such enormous power, then the question naturally arises: how can we use scientific knowledge of this to transform our lives? The first and most important step on this path is self-awareness. By gaining awareness of our limiting beliefs, we are empowered to critically analyze them and ultimately reprogram them. As neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza rightly points out, if you keep acting in the same old way, the result will remain the same. Appealing to everyone who strives for self-development, it is worth urging: look around you and look at the walls you have erected with your own hands. These walls, woven from limiting beliefs, are illusions that hold you captive to a reality that does you no good. It is as if they are whispering words of doubt in your ear. You are not capable, you are not worthy, it is better not to try. However, it should be emphasized that such statements are often just echoes of long-gone fears, echoes of other people's voices that have nothing to do with the true self. Restrictive beliefs, like invisible shackles, constrain movement and prevent one's potential from unfolding. Each repetition of these negative scripts only strengthens these chains, turning them into ingrained habits, making the person a prisoner of his or her own mind. For example, the common belief that money is something reprehensible, that rich people are necessarily dishonest or have done something immoral, is a serious obstacle to financial well-being. It is like a dam blocking the natural flow of a river. It is important to remember that nature is inherently abundant, and man is an integral part of it. And the only thing that prevents the realization of the most daring dreams is inner beliefs. The higher power respects free will, and if a person considers himself unworthy, so it will be so. In contrast, there are empowering beliefs, which are like rays of sunshine coming through the windows of the soul, bringing light and hope. Every positive thought, every affirmation a person accepts, becomes a solid bridge leading to long-awaited freedom. Empowering beliefs represent the very essence of the individual, recognizing their inherent worth, power, and ability to create. When an individual firmly asserts his worthiness, his power to transform reality, he begins to steadily break down the walls that keep him imprisoned. At this point, new horizons of possibilities open up before him. He allows himself to dream of more and, most importantly, takes active steps to achieve what he wants. The true nature of the human being is constant expansion, and expanding beliefs serve as wings that allow him to soar above the ordinary. However, a legitimate question arises. How can we distinguish between what is constraining and what is freeing? One must look at one's beliefs with genuine curiosity, like a child exploring the world for the first time. Questions must be asked. Is the belief I hold true? Does it serve me well? Am I ready to give it up? When one dares to question one's established beliefs, one begins to uncover the truth behind the veil of illusion. At this point, the wise words of the great Rumi come to mind. Your task is not to seek love, but to seek and find all the barriers you have erected within yourself against it. Any obstacle that stands in the way is nothing but a limiting perception, and by getting rid of them, one opens the door to the all-pervading light of love, indomitable courage, and deep satisfaction. These moments of triumph do not arise spontaneously. They are born out of an unshakable confidence in the limitlessness of one's own possibilities. Empowering beliefs are not just fleeting thoughts that glide across the surface of consciousness, but a solid foundation upon which to build action. When a person truly believes in his or her potential, life becomes an exhilarating dance where he or she is the principal dancer, determining the rhythm and direction. By transforming their beliefs, an individual not only radically changes their own reality, but also becomes a source of inspiration for others, encouraging them to make similar changes. Like a beacon dispelling the darkness of night, his expanding beliefs point the way for others, lighting the way to new horizons. Therefore, dear seeker of truth, choose your beliefs carefully and thoughtfully, allowing the light of expanding perceptions to shine brightly in your life and in the lives of those you hold dear. Each person is a creator, an artist, creating their own unique existence. Life is not a burden, but an enchanting celebration, and by embracing one's most exalted beliefs, one finds that the entire universe is in harmony with one's sincere desire for true freedom. Transforming beliefs is a deeply personal and transformative process that requires time and commitment. Transforming beliefs is not just a superficial adjustment of thoughts, but a radical process that can completely rewrite the script of a person's life. How to begin this profound metamorphosis? The primary step is self-analysis. It is necessary to delve into your inner world and scrutinize your own beliefs. It is important to ask yourself the questions: what beliefs do I profess? Do they really benefit me? Are they in alignment with my true nature? This practice is like looking in a mirror that reflects the hidden aspects of the personality, allowing you to see limitations that have become irrelevant. Putting your thoughts in writing has tremendous power. By transferring one's beliefs onto paper, one gives form to what previously seemed unclear and confusing. This process helps to separate truth from illusion. In this way, a new life scenario is created, opening up new possibilities. The poet and philosopher Khalil Gibran rightly pointed out that true value comes through realizing the inner barriers that we ourselves have erected. The next step is conscious intention. One must consciously determine which beliefs to develop and cultivate. Transform your inner self by cultivating beliefs that reflect your deepest aspirations. Affirm your value of love, Believe in your ability to shape your personal reality and open yourself to the limitless possibilities that life offers. These words are not mere phrases, but powerful seeds planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness, ready to blossom into a new reality. Proclaiming these truths is an important but only initial step. True transformation begins when you put these beliefs into action. Every action you take should be a reflection of your new inner narrative. Think of life as a graceful dance where each movement harmonizes with your new beliefs, creating a beautiful symphony of reality. The path of change is not always strewn with roses. Old, entrenched beliefs may surface, trying to pull you back into your comfort zone. Be aware of their presence, because they are like shadows that try to obscure your inner light. But you have the power to dispel these shadows with the light of awareness. Meditation will be your true ally in this journey. In the silence of meditative practice, the mind is quieted, and the voices that limit your potential are gradually silenced. This space of stillness allows you to connect with your true self and strengthen new, inspiring beliefs. Meditation, as experts in spiritual practices repeatedly emphasize, is a cornerstone on the path to personal transformation. It is a special space where one finds a deep connection with one's inner self, a source of wisdom that transcends all established beliefs and prejudices. An equally important aspect of transformation is establishing strong ties with like-minded people, a community that fully supports personal growth and development. The energy emanating from people whose inner vibrations are in harmony has a truly contagious power. By surrounding oneself with associates and others who are also in search of truth, one strengthens one's beliefs and becomes an integral part of a powerful flow of transformation that goes far beyond the individual experience. As the eminent writer and philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once observed, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are but insignificant details compared to what is hidden within us." In other words, the keys to positive change are within each individual. You can transform your life by changing the way you perceive yourself and the world around you. It is important to remember that a regular practice of meditation and mindfulness is fundamental to this exciting journey. The ability to disconnect from external stimuli and look inward opens access to the deepest essence, where the wisdom that knows no boundaries and limitations resides. In this innermost place, transformation begins, the readjustment of personal beliefs and the creation of a desirable reality. As Carl Jung, the eminent psychologist, astutely observed, looking outward gives rise to dreams, but looking inward awakens to truth. By becoming aware of one's true nature, one is able to create one's own destiny, using the imagination as a palette of vivid colors. Changing one's beliefs is not just a task for anyone striving for betterment, but an exciting journey of self-discovery, love, and freedom. Everyone holds a powerful tool in their hands, the ability to shape the reality around them. Let progressive beliefs be the guiding star that illuminates the path of life, and let every step closer to the truth be marked as a triumph of the spirit.